What is this? This is Jean's mini-me. Jean, your mini-me's ready. Mini-me. This is mini-me number 7. In a little over 2 years, we built 7 mini-me's. Look how beautiful this is. This is cherry with the black laminate. Love the way that looks. And Jean married that with the marmoleum black sheep floor. I started with this in van number 1, and a lot of my clients have asked for it. And then she also chose a dove gray vinyl wall, marine vinyl. Beautiful. Nice combination. Then she's got this nice futon cover that she got. It's kind of a greenish blue. It's not as blue as it's showing up in the camera. It's got a little bit of a teal hue to it. But here we go. There are a few changes in Mini-Me 6, and now this one is 7. Most notably, we put in the Bosch water heater. The Bosch water heater is right under here. And it sucks much less power, only 128 amps when it's in full heat mode, as compared to 200 amps with my on-demand hand wash water heater that I put in the first 5 Mini-Me's. So this is a much better upgrade, much better. If I need to do that to the existing Mini-Me's, it means taking the gray tank from here and putting it under the van where the spare tire is. We remove the spare tire, and I will offer you one of 2 options. I can send you on your way with a can of green snot, and if you have a flat, you add the snot, it'll fill you up and you go to the station and fix your tire. The other option, John fabricated his own spare tire rack for this rear door on the Mini-Me, and it would position that tire right up here, just above your license plate. We didn't have to mess with this at all. Sets right up there, looks adorable. It makes this look like a little Land Rover. It's so cool. So we're getting that powder coated, and I will give Jean the option. You want the tire off the back, or do you want to go on your way with the green snot? The other thing we did, as you can see, the garage is no more. We used to have a two-level garage 80/20 module right here. The feedback I got from my first 5 Mini-Me owners was a love-hate relationship. They loved that little garage, and they hated that little garage. Basically, because if what it is they wanted to stow didn't fit, now what do you do with it? So it did kind of restrict their creativity when it came to packing for travel. So we omitted the garage altogether, and we added in a strip of L-track right here along the back, and a pad on the floor. So now you can store whatever you want back here and strap it in on those nipple rings. And you can see, look at all that space now without the module there. The module itself took up some space just by virtue of building it out of 80/20. So this will give you more options. Same thing on this side. Because we put in the larger Bosch water heater down here, we had to extend the galley slightly. We had to get rid of our induction cooker cabinet, which was cute, but it does afford a lot more storage back here. Where do we put the induction cooker, you say? We stand it up inside one of these bins next to the boxes, next to those baskets. You see my nightlight on down there, little red nightlight. So this now will allow you to store some bigger camping stuff. We've got a little stowage platform, and that's a raised platform because we had to get our drain lines out from the galley and under the van. So we did it under there, and that gives you a nice platform to stow. Here we've got the moonshade. You could put camping chairs back here, canopies, whatever you want. Everything else remains the same with a little bit of repositioning. In the older Mini-Me's, the outlet was around back here. Now we put it over here, GFCI, and there's another one tethered off that GFCI down the other end of the galley. This is that same switch. In the down position, you are running your outlets. In the up position, you get hot water. That Bosch is a 120 volt AC water heater. So when this switch is up this way, the power is sent to the water heater. Fuzzy logic, up to hot water, down to the outlets. You cannot run both at the same time. That's why I put it on a toggle switch. It's either or. You can never run both and tax your inverter. 3,000 watt inverter, the Xantrex inverter. And you can see your little toilet back here. This is a Trillino. That's the small Trillino. We build to it slightly higher with our Galley. And then our 2 storage baskets. Take those in the house, fill them with your clothes, bring them out, slide them in, you're ready to go. It works. People love these mini-me's. Physical plant remains the same. These futon mattresses, I gotta tell you, they are very, very comfortable. This is not your grandmother's futon. These are really, really well made, high quality. And you get a choice of like 200 different covers. And they unzip and you can throw them in the wash. Easy peasy. I know you like that. 320 amp hour lithium battery. That's the Lithionics. Here we've got our DC charger, 30 amps of charging when you're driving. This is your solar controller, controlling 300 watts of solar up on the roof in series for about 75 volts. Shut off for the battery, shut off for the inverter. This is my DC to DC breaker for the charging. This is my solar breaker. There's a solar breaker coming from the panels. Then it goes to this, then it goes to this, then it goes to the bus bar. And this is my house breaker. So we have redundancy and simplicity all in one tidy package. I love the look of the Galley with that top light underneath the shelf. The shelf is a new addition. I think the first one we did was in Amy's van. I think Amy was van number 4. So if the others come back, I know Melissa from Minnesota is coming back. She wants some of these upgrades in her mini-me. Command Central remains the same. We've got our switches and our Xantrex monitor. We've got a water gauge, outlet, USB. We got USB everywhere. There's one right over here. This is our little iPad. You know, if you want to watch your iPad at night while you're getting ready for bed. Let's talk. And there's a USB back here to plug in your iPad if you're going to go watch the Godfather trilogy. It's an old joke. Click, click. The bed reclines so you can get comfortable for a movie or read a book. And if we take these click, click arms off, which is very easy to do, a couple of bolts, now we have full access to all of our physical plant back here. This is the voltage stabilizer for the Max Air fan. I don't know if any of you heard the problems Max Air has with those fans. When they go over voltage, they crap out. It fries the motherboard. This is a voltage regulator. It will only send 12 volts to that fan, so it should keep it safe. Ground bus, there's a couple of fuses here. There's more fuses on the front side of this bed mount. This is your inverter, 3,000 watt inverter. Here's your bus bars. It's all very neatly laid out. The fuses, everything is easy to get to. Terminal fuse here right on the battery. 300 amp terminal fuse right under there. Look how tidy that is. 300 amps in that little spot. What else? Oh, up top, 300 watts of solar. I told you that. And our wind deflector, we used to use ABS, but it was warping in the sun, and then about 4 o'clock it would go back to straight. So now we're trying starboard to see if that's any better. Starboard's the stuff that you make cutting boards out of. So we've got our 300 watts of solar. You got your Max Air fan up there. Let's go around this side. Here's our DC cooler. This can be a fridge or a freezer. And that's in Central Park. Across here, across the aisle from Central Park. Here, as I said, you got your Xantrex inverter control. These are all your switches, USB, an outlet. This is your Lithionics battery control, fresh water gauge, and fresh water fill. And then over here under the bed, we've got a vent for the inverter. Got a nice big drawer under here. USB, and this is battery on off. And then all of your fuses and breakers are in this box here. Very simple. Let me come inside, put this bed down, and I'll show you this is our clothing loft. This is where you put your clothes. See that? Just hinges down, maintains the use of the cubby that comes with the van. Back there, you can store stuff back in there. So you put all your clothes in here. This is ventilated, it's ABS. We cut it on the CNC. And then it just clicks up out of your way. You do need 2 hands to do it. There we go. It's a little baby seatbelt. Isn't that cute? That's what holds it up. And then I've got these jump pads on the side so it doesn't rattle. So again, it's a mini-me. Here's our drawers. There's 2 drawers here, basically for small goods. This one's a little deeper. And you notice it's a short drawer and the drawer face is longer. Well, see this space here? I need that space for the back side of Command Central. These are all these things have depth to them. So this is the minimum amount that I need to steal to block those off. Now the drawers and the drawer box comes out. I have full access to all those controls back there. Water pump, manifolds, 3 zones of water. You can isolate any zone in case there's a problem, right? We have our lighted mirror. That's a rechargeable lighted mirror. Then we've got our coffee shelf. I love that shelf, and we put that light under it. It's a beautiful strip light all the way down underneath. We have our Acuva. That's UV and filtered water. And then you got your hot and cold water. We have our little cup tree. You put your toothbrush in there. These cup trees, Ron makes these, look at this, maple and cherry together. Look at this joint. Look at the corner joints on this. We're supposed to be doing cookie cutter with these mini-me's. They're not cookie cutter. These are done as well as our big vans. Look at that beautiful spline joint. That's cherry and maple. Yeah, cookie cutter, my butt. And then here's our sink. I love this sink. It's a nice, deep sink. I love the color. They're very hard to work with, to build with them. But once they're in, I love them. So I got to keep using them. Magneted, right? So now this drops down and you can change your water filter. Maybe once a year, the Acuva water filter should be swapped out. Easy peasy. Same thing down here. This panel pops and you can adjust your Bosch water heater. I love that Bosch water heater. This is a fixed panel because that's where our 14 gallons of fresh water lives. 14 gallons of fresh and 6 gallons of gray. There's a USB puck in the corner. There's another USB puck in this corner because we provide you with these magnetic fans that you plug into the USB. So you can put those fans anywhere you want that you can see magnetic chassis. You know, you got another USB down here. You got one under your bed. And you got one over here behind your iPad holder. This is easy access to the back of your shore power. And of course, we only use the smart plug for our shore power. Only the best. 30 amps. You can plug that in anywhere. And then you go to your Xantrex inverter, which is a 150 amp charger. You can dial that back. If you were going to boondock in your friend's driveway and they throw you an extension cord, you can still plug in your 30 amp with a dog bone and pull as much as you want. 15 amp, 20 amp, 30 amp, whatever. We have our puck lights in the ceiling. We've got our night light down low. The baskets are ready to be filled with your clothing. You bring them out, you slide them right in. Here's your Trolino toilet. Slide that right out. I love the Trolino. Very simple. Yeah, it's overpriced. They're all overpriced. But this is at least reasonable compared to the rest. So there it is. This is Mini-Me number 7. Now what's this over here? Oh, this video is to come. This is Nadine's Metris. This is a mini-me. And this one features 2 batteries and the Nomadic Cooling 1000 air conditioner. So I will have this one ready to go in a day or 2. Nadine's coming at the end of the month to pick it up. And we'll do a quick video on this one as well. This is very stealthy. That looks like a limo, doesn't it? It's very stealthy. We've got to put our wind deflector on. We're swapping out our wind deflectors. I love those wind deflectors. We make those in-house, and we can shape them any way we want. Oh, this has the moon, you know, the moon shade. We put on our own. We designed this armature that comes out. You bring that out, now you can click your moon shade in from here to the other end of the van and just have a beautiful awning. You have to look at one of my older videos to see how that works, but we're still putting those on. I love that. And it has a little break there so it doesn't slide open. This one, we're gonna leave the 2 seats up front. I do have a paper towel holder that we're gonna install right up here. So I'll do that on Monday. Terry, Mini-Me number 5 was Terry. She removed this passenger seat and we put in a beautiful floor, one level floor all the way through. That was a great Mini-Me, so much space now. She travels with her dog, and boy does she travel. I get pictures from her from all over the country. All the Mini-Me's, all my Mini-Me gals are real travelers. They're not sitting around, they're out and about. This is my daughter's 5th wheel. That story is yet to come. You're not gonna believe this story. My daughter and her fiance. I'm not gonna start telling it. I'll wait until they tell me it's okay to tell it. But look what's going on in here. You know what that is? That is the Maxi-Me. That's right, that's the 118 wheelbase ProMaster. This is adorable. This is the 3rd in our series. We got the Mini-Me, we've got the Midi-Me's, and now we got the Maxi-Me. So this one's just starting to get ready before pre-cabinet. We got our plywood floor down, cut off the CNC. We got our insulation in the walls. Now that's single layer insulation. You know why I know that? Because it's white side facing in. The double layer of insulation will be black side facing in, but we're gonna do some wiring first. We put our pickups along the ceiling struts for our ceilings. We pad down so we have more room for insulation up in the ceiling, which is the most important place for insulation. Took the front seat out because we're gonna swivel that. So this is underway. And we also have another one in the back. We got a new ProMaster that's come in. John's been waiting patiently. I think he ordered this van probably maybe 2 years ago. So it's in the same state. We put the insulation in and we ran our stretchers. All the other girls are in a different state. Roxy down the end is going out first, then Sheet and me and Amir by the end of June. And then Abby's little panda down here is in December. And we've got a bunch more outside. I actually took in a Transit Trail, the 350 Trail. Very cool van. This comes right from the factory. Well, this is van number 2, Mr. and Mrs. Sprinter. That came in for some work. This is the Vagabond van. This was my first contract build. This was Dave and Irene. They sold their van. The new owners brought it back in. We're doing a lot of modifications to it. And then this is the Transit Trail. This is Costas and Janine. This is gonna be a very cool van. However, I think it's locked now, I can't show you, but the Transit Trail, it's a 350. It comes with bigger tires and rims. It's lifted. It's got the running boards already put in place, so it's a little bit of a beastly van, right? I like it. However, it also comes with a MaxxAir fan, and the MaxxAir fan is a $700 option installed by Ford, and guess what? It's leaking. Yes, it's leaking. This is a brand new van and it's leaking. So that's not good. I'll have to pull that fan and redo it. And then here's my little camper. Let's take a quick look in here. I hope it's in I hope it's neat. I've been doing some work in here. Yeah, look how cool this is. I love this little camper. I got a little bear picture. Isn't that nice? I love that. Yeah. Oh, here I am. I'm ordering Sheet and Me. This is as far as I'll go with architectural plans. And then from here, this came off the cardboard. We do the cardboard build, then we lock it in with a vague architectural plan, and then we go to 80/20. Oh, I got to clean up in here before I go home. This is not right. This is not right. I put in a bigger TV. That's nice. The other one was no good. All right, I got to go. See you guys next week.